Hi everyone, hope you are doing well today. Welcome to the subject of ECO320 International Economics at Charles Sturt University. I am Yapa Bandara, your lecturer and the subject coordinator in ECO320 this session. The subject of international economics provides you with an in-depth and systematic understanding of the concepts, theories, and policies related to international economics, including international trade and finance. This subject will be a very interesting, challenging, and rewarding one. It is interesting at least for two reasons. First is you are moving to a new area of economics where you will learn how and why international trade is taking place across the globe and what are the theories and concepts underpinning international trade. Second is you will be able to make sense as to whether what is happening around the globe is actually in line with the theory that we learn in the class, and if not, why it is the case. It is challenging due to complex and ever-changing nature of the world economic systems brought about by globalization, violation of trade practices by various parties, and issues related to power and politics in the global arena. In this subject, you will be able to understand this complex and interdependent nature of international economics, making use of real-life examples. It is rewarding because you will be able to analyze international economics-related issues and problems that come across in your day-to-day life, and further, you can make your own comments, interpretations, and conclusions. The subject matter of international economics is discussed under 9 topics as given in the subject outline. In brief, they are related to trade theories, under which we will discuss why nations trade with other nations, that is the advantages of free trade. And then we will discuss barriers to trade, under which we will discuss tariffs and non-tariff barriers. Global attempts to minimize trade barriers is another area that we will discuss in the subject. And also issues in foreign exchange market is another area. And we will also discuss foreign direct investment and the role of multinational corporations, and issues related to international trade, labor and environmental standards is another area, and international monetary systems. What are the resources available for you to study the subject? The first one is the prescribed textbook, which is Dominic Salvatore 2019 International Economics 13th Australia and New Zealand edition. And there are a lot of details in the textbook, and we have prescribed relevant chapters. If you look at the schedule in the subject outline, those chapters are given there under each topic. So please refer to the the schedule in the subject outline. And the second important one is the contents presented in the subject Interact 2 site. They are presented under 9 topics, and they also include video clips or audio clips and PowerPoint slides. Some of them include voiceover and some without. So that is an very important resource as well. And I will also conduct online meetings on regular basis, the timetable for which is given again in the subject outline schedule section. And therefore I will strongly recommend that you follow the schedule in the subject outline to keep up to date with weekly activities. So what is to be done each week, and also the due dates for assessment submission are also given there. And I would encourage you to be aware of the online and emerging international economics related issues. There are several main issues around the globe these days that people are talking about. So please be aware of them so that you can bring enough materials when you write your assessment items as well. You can refer to them where relevant when you do your assessment items. Therefore, please read widely newspapers, international news on the media, the TV and other sources. So that is very important, very relevant to the subject. And there is a discussion board in the subject interact 2 sites. Most of you are familiar with this board, discussion board, and please use this discussion board for mainly for two purposes. One is to write your comments and answers to the forum questions which have been given in the topics introduction section in your subject interact 2 site. And then you can ask any question if you have using the discussion board, and if you come across any interesting subject related article or some matter, some discussion happening somewhere else, you can bring them to the discussion board. But in brief, you can write there maybe about 50 words, maximum 100 words, or you can provide links to what you are talking about, so that the other students in the class can read it and can be aware of. So that is very good for collective learning. And I will visit the discussion board regularly and answer to your questions and present my comments and feedbacks regularly. So please use the discussion board as much as possible. With regard to the assessments, there are 4 of them. The first one is the online test in terms of multiple choice questions. There should be 20 of them, and the link to which will be there in the Interact 2 site. And the weight for this test is 10%. And there is another interesting assessment item, which is blog posting, and the topic for the blog posting is there under topic 5 in Interact 2 site. At the end of topic 5, you have been given the details about the assessment 2. It is primarily the watching a video or an audio clip which is related to an international economic issue, and you will be posting or writing a comment on it and post it in the blog posting area, which will be available again in the subject interact site. The 10% is the weight for this assessment item. Assessment item 3 is a short answers and essay one, where you will answer, I think, 3 short answer questions and an essay. That assessment item is worth 30%, and the 4th assessment item is the final exam, which is 50% worth. And please refer to the sample exam, which is there is a link to which in the subject outline, and the exam questions would be similar to the sample exam questions. And with regard to the communications between myself and you, there are a couple of options. One is the preferred option is to email me using this email address, and I will answer or give you a feedback on the question that you raise when you email me. And also the second option is to telephone me if the matter is urgent. In both cases, please give your name and also the subject code so that it will be easy for me to trace which subject you are talking about. And also please if you are trying to contact me over the phone, leave the message including the brief message for the call. And I will also use announcement option in the subject interact 2 site to let you know about any messages that is relevant and important for your learning the subjects. It will be related to the assessment items or any other matter which is important. And I think that's all about the subject and my introduction at this stage. So thank you and enjoy ECO320 International Economics. I wish you all the best during this session and hope to have a productive session. Bye for now.